Rob, you know I love you. But you have a take that I just think is ridiculous. I think it's self-serving. I think it's to support your narrative that you've been pushing all year long with the Green Bay Packers. And this is the take. For you to sit here and say that of all the quarterbacks in the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers has the least amount of pressure on him? That is ludicrous. I can't believe you would even fix your mouth to say that. It's hard to believe you believe that.
It makes perfect sense when you look at this team and what they've done this year, how balanced this team is. They were 3-0 when he didn't throw a touchdown this year, which was impossible in years gone by.
They were
8-1 against good teams. They won other ways. This is not just about Aaron Rodgers finally. It's about Aaron Jones. It's about the Smiths on defense.
Jones didn't even make the Pro Bowl.
That's fine. He had 19 touchdowns, and he can score in the red zone.
He's a good running back. Let's not make him out to be Ezekiel Elliott.
It ain't about – all I'm saying
Jim
is
Brown
they won all year, and they were 13-3 with Aaron Rodgers having a good
mediocre season.
Good
Say
season.
It. Say it.
Good
Say
season.
It. You almost said it. You know what he had.
I said a good season. He was a Pro Bowler.
A decent season.
He had a good season. And all I'm saying is that there are other guys who have way more pressure. But Aaron Rodgers, I believe he doesn't have any pressure.
Okay.
This is about going out and playing. Everybody's written him off. Bucky Brooks has told you he's broken down and no good. Aaron Rodgers had 3 games this year, so nobody's going to be expecting anything from Aaron Rodgers this year. We'll just wait and see for the playoffs. He has no pressure. He can go out there. He ain't got to score 40 points. He don't have to throw 5 touchdowns. They've been winning all year without that. For the first time, he can just go out and play football without knowing that without you, there's no way they can win. And that's what he always went into every year and every postseason.
Okay, if you're saying that they have a fairly balanced team,
that's what
and now he's got other, the defense can
it's
win
not
the game
only on him, right?
Okay, that's one thing.
Oh, so now you agree.
No, I don't agree. But if you're saying that should they lose first or
That's
second
not
round.
what I'm saying. Oh,
okay,
no.
that there's not going to be any problem.
No.
Oh, the Packers, they were 13-3. They lost in the first round.
That's not what I said.
They lost in their first playoff game. It's okay.
I didn't say that.
When you say no, because the pressure comes from the media, the fans, the perception.
No, but
that's what I agree with you that they got a balanced squad.
This is different for him, right?
Him for every game. He's going to have to be Aaron Rodgers at some point.
I'm not saying that he can go and not have a touchdown and they win a playoff game. All I'm saying is this is not the Aaron Rodgers team that has given up 40 or more points 4 or 5 times in a postseason, and Aaron has to throw some Hail Mary touchdown in order to tie the game or win the game at the end because the defense gave it up. This is a different, well-balanced team, and I'm telling you, he doesn't go in with that burden of knowing if I don't have a record-setting day, we're not winning a playoff game.
Neither does Tom Brady. You've said that all year, right? He won a Super Bowl last year without throwing a touchdown.
No, Tom Brady doesn't
have to be spectacular
either.
either.
He has to be better than he has been because he don't have that.
Rodgers, if they're going to win a Super Bowl, he's going to have to give us one of those vintage Aaron Rodgers, at least one.
We saw the last time we saw Tom Brady.
Does Jimmy Garoppolo have to do it all for the 49ers? No. The argument is this, Rob Parker. If Patrick Mahomes doesn't get to the Super Bowl, nobody's going to rip him.
Yes, they will.
He's in his second year as a starter.
That's all right. Dan Marino went
as a starter.
Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl.
And Dan Marino is praised. Dan Marino was one of the 10 quarterbacks of all time because of that second year.
Well, here's the difference.
He didn't win anything.
Didn't we bet that you said he was going to have 40 or more touchdowns? He finished with 28.
He got hurt.
That's the reason why?
Stop. Yeah, that's the reason why. He got hurt.
Are you sure he would have got 40?
That's not why are you leaving the discussion? Because you know I'm right.
No, because I want to make a point against you.
Hold on. There's no pressure on Patrick Mahomes.
You're wrong.
There's no pressure on Lamar Jackson.
The AFC is wide open.
There's no pressure on Deshaun Watson.
The AFC with Tom Brady broken down.
Is anybody going to kill Ryan Tannehill If they lose the first game, no.
Yes, against
Those
a broken
guys don't
down
have
Patriots
pressure.
team.
Most people do not expect them to beat the Patriots.
Why not? I've
Because
heard
the
plenty of
Patriots
people.
are the Patriots. And it's in Foxborough. And they haven't lost a home playoff game in years. All I'm saying is this notion that there's no pressure on Aaron Rodgers.
Nobody said
If
no
you
pressure.
you
Was that the
did.
question? Was that the question?
That's what I was told. That you said he has the least amount of pressure.
Least. That doesn't mean no.
Okay.
Least.
There's more pressure. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't get to the Super Bowl, he will get criticized more than if Deshaun Watson doesn't get to the Super Bowl.
And if
Deshaun Watson's gonna get criticized,
and if Lamar Jackson fizzles and can't win, right? Say they fall behind and they can't run the football and they got to throw and he can't do it. Everybody and their uncle will point and say, see, I told you a running quarterback can't win in the playoffs or can't get to the Super Bowl. He has more pressure because they had an unbelievable season and people expect this to continue
he's a
in the postseason.
starter.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't. No, it
does
doesn't.
matter. Nobody expected LeBron James didn't even make the playoffs his second year.
It's
in the
totally
league.
different in
Did
the
they kill
NBA.
him? And no, it's not. I mean, Dak Prescott was getting praised for just winning a few games and getting Dallas to the playoffs, even though they didn't get to a Super Bowl.
I think Lamar
you love
Jackson.
Carson Wentz. Has he ever won it? He had
And
never
the
even
same
won
thing.
a playoff game.
It's the same thing. He doesn't have the same pressure because their team is beat up and battered. And if they were somehow, some way able to win a playoff game, he would be on another
agree
plateau.
with you
There's
on
no
Wentz.
pressure.
On
Wentz
Wentz-
doesn't have. Everybody knows he's depleted.
I wouldn't say no pressure.
I don't think he has pressure.
I wouldn't put him in the category, like I said, Mahomes, Watson.
He stayed
They don't have
healthy
any
all
more
year,
pressure.
Chris. They won their
Tannehill.
last 4 games to get in. People have already said Carson Wentz showed us something this year. Would you agree with that?
Yes, but
He showed us
the
something.
problem is the standard. He's following Nick Foles, who won a Super Bowl in Philadelphia. You know
That's
how those
old
fans
news.
are in Philadelphia.
That's old
They're
news.
not rational. You know that. They're not going to say, oh, Carson showed us something. He beat the Cowboys and the Giants at the end of the season and the Redskins and, these weak sisters that they played against. I know he did it with beat up roster, and I'll give you that it's not the most pressure in the world on him. I'm just saying to sit here and act like if the Green Bay Packers lose their first or second
not what I
playoff
said.
game, that
They gotta
nobody's
buy.
going to say anything
They
about
gotta
Aaron
buy.
Rodgers. People are already talking about Aaron Rodgers, wondering where's the old Aaron Rodgers? Why did he only have 3 or 4 games of 300 or more yards? Why did he have so many games with 0 or 1 touchdown?
And the
Can
other-
Rodgers carry him? If they lose in the playoffs, you don't think people are going to start saying that?
I'm talking about going into the playoffs.
he's not the
he
same?
doesn't have to feel like I got to put up 40 points and 5 touchdowns
Okay,
to give my
fine.
team a chance
I'll
to
give
win.
you that, but
Would
that's
you-
not news.
Yes, it is. It's new. This is new for him. This is my point.
That's why he could never get it done, 'cause he had to do all
no,
that.
it was always
He
about
got
him.
it
You
done
know
to
that.
once.
It'll
I
be-
give you that.
He doesn't have to do that this year, and they can still win. They were 3-0
there are a
in
lot of
games when
teams
they
that
didn't
can
win.
do that.
When he didn't throw a touchdown. This is different for Aaron Rodgers.
San Francisco can do the same thing. Garoppolo wasn't carrying them all the time. I'm just saying okay, so you're not saying that he won't be criticized.
He will be
harshly.
criticized.
Okay, that's what pressure is. That's what pressure is. Pressure isn't having, I just don't see it as having a balanced team. But let's see what you guys say. Rob thinks there's no pressure on Aaron Rodgers in these playoffs.
Not no.
I think there's a lot of, he thinks there's a very tiny amount.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of pressure because people are saying he's not the same Aaron Rodgers. And if they get beat early, then it's going to be a
I think
problem.
there's more on Lamar Jackson because people have been saying that you can't win a title. Nobody playing that way has never won a championship. Right.
Like him.
Well, there we go.
All right, let's go to Matt in Seattle. You're on with Chris and Rob. Matt, welcome to the Odd Couple.
Hey, fellas, how you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Man. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So I gotta disagree with you strongly, Rob, and this is why. Of all the teams in the playoffs, only 4.5 quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl if you count Wentz. And of those 4.5 quarterbacks, only one has a bye. And so it's expected out of Aaron Rodgers to win and win at home. And if somebody knocks off San Fran, he has 2 games at Lambeau before the Super Bowl. If he can't win those 2 games, what is it to be said at that point?
No, but I think, Matt, you're missing my point on Aaron Rodgers. In the past, he's had to do everything because he didn't have a defense and he didn't have a running game. This is the most balanced Packers team I've ever seen.
But that's why it's even more so, because he's expected to win.
Right.
If he doesn't,
he's never really gotten blamed, right?
I don't think there's pressure the other way.
Get blamed.
I don't look at it that way.
If they don't win, he'll get blamed.
He's going to get blamed anyway because he's a quarterback. So I get that part.
But he's Aaron Rodgers.
I think
he's
going
not just
in,
a quarterback.
he doesn't have the same pressure of always where he had to almost be perfect because he didn't have the defense. That's all I'm saying. He could just go out and play.
All right, let's go to Joe in Louisiana. Joe, you're on with the Odd Couple.
Hey, what's going on, Odd Couple? Thanks for having me on. I think you guys do a fabulous job. First time caller, long time listener.
Thanks, Joe.
What part of Louisiana you in?
Hey, I'm in Monroe, Louisiana, the great Northeast, baby.
Okay.
Very nice.
I was born in Baton Rouge.
Oh, okay, that's what's going on. I want to just say that you guys, I'm Mr. Neutral on this because
no
I'm a
neutral.
long-time fan of Aaron Rodgers.
Joe, make a stand. Take a stand. No neutral. We don't do the neutral.
Oh, man, Rob, come on, man. As much as I respect you, man,
You got to come correct, man. Every blue moon you can be neutral,
It's
but
all
you
right,
can't come out the box.
Yeah, come on, Joe. Just pick a side. It's all good.
Hey, what I'm going to say is if he loses, he's going to get the blame.
All right, then, what's that? That's called pressure.
That's pressure.
All right. There you go. Good call, Joe. Call back.
You know what, Chris? You want something else.
No, what?
How about Steve in Columbus, Ohio? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. You basically pushed him into that.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, Steve, thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I got ties to Columbus, too.
There you go. So I'm gonna have to side with Chris on this one. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has all the pressure. Aaron Jones is kicking booty. Their O-line their defense is playing well against horrible teams, but nothing like they did in 2010. It's all on Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't been able to get the ball anywhere to any receiver. I think it's his time to shine, and this is when he needs it.
Excellent call, Steve. Excellent.
Steve,
Excellent
too bad you're in Columbus and you just don't get it. I understand.
Great point.
One day you'll have a football team in Ohio, a pro
Ohio
football
State
team.
does
I said pro
Ohio
football.
State gets it done.
Jason in Kentucky, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, guys? Thanks
Except for
taking my
last
call.
week, they weren't.
Except for that.
That's right. What's up, buddy?
Hey, not much. Hey, I think there's more pressure on Lamar Jackson. I think everybody has basically assumed they're going to win it, and the doubters are going to say, I told you so,
Yep.
if they don't win it. And I think the Packers have kind of flown under the radar all year as one of the top teams, so I don't think they're expected really to win the Super Bowl.
Nobody is picking them to
they're
get to the Super
13-3.
Bowl. Nobody's picking them, Jason. You're
They're
100%.
13-3.
You're picking them.
I'm a Packers fan, but I think Matt LaFleur is supposed to be this offensive genius, and I haven't seen it all year. So I'm more curious as to see what he can do. So because I think the defense has won him a lot of games, but it's not been because of him.
Yep.
So,
All right, Jason.
All right, Jason. That would appreciate
You
it.
picked them, Rob.
No, I'm just saying.
Nick Wright picked them.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He picked up
Or
before
he's got them getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, before the year
He's
he
got
picked
Kansas City
before the
beating
year he
them.
picked them though, didn't he?
I think he picked them to get to the Super Bowl. You got them winning it.
Yeah, I got them winning.
So
That was my
don't call
pick before
yourself
the
a
year.
nobody. You said nobody.
I'm just
picked
saying
them.
nobody else is
He's
picking
trying
them.
to lower it.
No,
you're
it
trying
ain't.
to soften
You
the
know,
landing. That's what you're trying to do.
You know what I said to Skip Bayless the other day? I reminded him of the bet we made before the season.
That
because
was
the Patriots.
nothing.
Yes, it is.
It was nothing. AFC Championship. That wasn't going out on a limb.
Big
Let's
time.
go to
Let's
Kevin
go.
in Philly. Kevin, you're on with Chris and Rob.
Hey, fellas, I really appreciate you guys letting me talk to you for a minute. I actually think Carson Wentz has the biggest pressure, but going with your debate, Rob, I'm with you. I got to say it's Lamar Jackson. And the main reason, Chris, is because the minute this kid falls, or
Yes.
the minute something goes wrong, the first narrative is going to come out is that you can't win with a running quarterback. And even though they've got the infrastructure around him with three great tight ends, with a great running game with Mark Ingram, that takes a lot of the pressure off of him. The minute he stumbles and falls, the naysayers are going to come out with the "I told you so."
I
Aaron
do
Rodgers,
agree.
he'll get a pass.
And he has-
you
and he-
think Rodgers? I agree. Lamar will get criticized. I agree with both
and
you
he-
guys
and he
on
has
that.
and he has 12 Pro Bowlers on that team. Like they gotta win.
He's going.
They gotta
agree
win.
He will get criticized, but he's in his second year as a starter. Not even his second full year. Year and a half he's been a starter. Aaron Rodgers will get criticized. If Kevin's still
I'm not
there,
s-
Wentz. I want to hear you tell us about Wentz, because there is a school of
All
thought
right.
that
Well,
hey, he's doing it with a bunch of beat up guys.
Well, Chris,
and
I'm glad you brought that up,
third-teamers.
because I wanted to say it to you. My honest feeling is that you national guys, your narrative on Eagles fans are so wrong. It's just you guys live off of what's happened in the past, what you guys seen years ago.
What else should we- I mean,
What my
go on.
grandfather and grandfather did. But the thing with Wentz is he's playing great ball right now with a bunch of no-name guys, and the fact that the cancer Alshon Jeffrey isn't playing, the fact that Nelson Aguilar isn't playing, he's got young guys on that field that want to play, that want to believe in him, and that's why we're playing so good.
I agree. I've said that on First Things First all week. But the fact that Foles won a Super Bowl, isn't that pressure on Wentz? That's what he's got to do.
Not with this roster, not with what
Not
he
with
has.
this roster,
I'm just saying,
but
Chris, I'm not saying
he's
that.
going to get a lot of credit for an attaboy.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
but I don't think you with all those guys hurt. If they lose in the playoffs, they'll be like they were undermanned.
Nah, he won't get killed, but
Okay.
they won't love him in Philly. What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard,
I'm Rob Parker,
and we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar, and he's Felix.
Oh man, are you serious?